Mr. Brady.
You know, my families are worried that if Obamacare is not ready for businesses, is it ready for their family, for their children, for their loved ones? You know, there's a lot of lives at stake in health care. You have to be able to depend upon it. And I think they see, you know, Warren Buffett gets a break from the White House on the employer mandate, but a single mom of mine working in Texas doesn't. On January 1st, they're forced to buy government-approved health care or pay a tax, and they're worried about it. And they haven't seen, I have to tell you, regrettably, that $2,500 reduction in health care costs the President promised my constituents. It's nowhere to be found. Mr. Cohen, we've heard from the head of Medicare and Medicaid Services just a few weeks ago the testing's nearly done with the data hub. It's almost ready to go. So I wanted to ask about that. Have you successfully sent a pilot application to the Social Security Administration, and have they successfully verified it back to you?
We have begun testing with Social Security Administration in May. The testing is continuing, and it will be completed this month.
But you're saying you haven't yet successfully sent a pilot.
You know, I'm going to have to get back to you on the details of exactly what has happened.
How about with Department of Homeland Security? Have you sent an application there, and they've checked prisoner status and lawful presence?
My answer is the same for all those agencies. We are engaged in testing now. It's began a few months ago. It's continuing, and it will be completed this month. So
it's a really simple question. Have you sent a pilot trial application out, received it back successfully and accurately?
I understand your question, and I don't want to get into deep water on the technical aspect that.
Well, that's not very technical. It's just like a person comes to the exchanges, they put in their application, pretty easy, and you've said we've got it checked out, it's already working.
And I'm sure we can get that answer for you to your specific question.
Isn't that your key job? I mean, aren't you in charge of having this data hub and the exchanges ready to go?
I am one of the people who is working on implementation of the Affordable Care Act along with a number of people at
Sure.
CMS, and I just don't want to give you an answer that isn't correct.
No, I appreciate that.
So
have you sent an application, a trial application to the states that have the exchanges up? Because that's a really basic process. We're on the eve of the exchanges. So you've sent it to the states.
We are testing. My answer is the same. We have begun testing with the states. That testing is ongoing, and it's going to be completed this month. And the same is true with the health issuers that are going to be participating in this as well.
Is it safe to say at this point the pilot application has not been sent successfully throughout the data hub system and returned accurately?
I just want to be careful to give you accurate information, so I'd rather make sure that I'm giving you the right answer and supply that.
Was it more yes or more no?
I'm afraid I just can't say any more than I have.
It's just not very reassuring for families on the eve of this. That
I'm not saying there isn't an answer. I'm just saying I will get it for you.
There doesn't appear to be an answer I think our constituents are hoping for. Mr. Werfel, let me ask you this. This data hub, you know, is a hacker's dream, but I don't know who I most fear, someone from the outside hacking the information or the way our government handles it. You've assured us that the IRS, despite the significant abuses of power we're already investigating, that the IRS has never shared private taxpayer information with other federal agencies. But I'm looking at an email from 2008 where Lois Lerner did exactly that. She shared a private taxpayer information with the Federal Election Commission. So how should we, one, how is she still on the payroll? Two, why did you tell us this didn't happen? And three, why should we trust the IRS to protect our taxpayer information under Obamacare?
So let me respond to each of those. First, let me clarify. I never
assured that, that there aren't incidences that occur. We share information roughly with 300 different federal and state agencies as a matter of routine business, and we have procedures and safeguards in place to protect that information, but no procedure or safeguard is perfect, and there have been historically incidences where unauthorized information has been.
Sir, that's not what you told us in your last appearance before the committee. My time has expired, but I hope we can continue
if
this
you
line
want,
of
I
question.
can answer that question.
If you
on
want
the
to
record.
respond in writing for the
I can
record, we'll make
absolutely
sure
do
that's
that,
part
yes.
of it.